Hi, we're going to do a quick aside on Bioformats importer and opening files in Fiji. Let's just quickly show the options ImageJ2, which shows this scientific file input output thing, which should be, I believe, comes checked on the first install, but I like to have it unchecked. So let's start with that for the moment. We'll drag and drop an Olympus file in here, and we get the options to do the colorized and do a custom color scale. We have trouble with the colors on the Olympus, and I have a strange Italian Mexican color scale from something before, but we'll leave that as is with our white, green, red. And so that's the Bioformats import window that we often see. If I want to, I can go into my Bioformats and do the window list importer here, and I'm just going to open up the shortcut window, which opens up all of these menus in a little window for easy access. So let's do the window list importer and select that BPAE file, and it opens up straight away with the settings I last used for that file there. And we'll close that. But now if I drag and drop the same file on, it's going to treat it as window list, because that's what I did last time. And so I can do the same thing, switch it back, and it opens up the window if I do the importer. And again, to show you, if I then drag and drop it another time, I get the window. So you can kind of turn it backwards and forwards. And I believe you can do a kind of explicit way of doing that, where you go into the configuration here, and you can pick the particular file and select window list there. I've not played with that much, but I think that's the option you can use to enable all these different file types. You can turn them off, or whichever ones you don't want, you can turn them off, and you can change the window list or not. With other files like the LSM, for example, I don't seem to get any change in the response. I get the window list Bioformats importer, and I don't seem to be able to make any headway with that, and it auto scales, it gets the colors right, and so we don't really need that window. We can do the rest of it from Fiji, and it auto scales to the first level of the Z stack, and so it's not a big deal. But what you're seeing here is the Bioformats importer auto scaling the image for you. What happens is, if you have the ImageJ2 option checked, let's check that now, and drag in one of these Healer LSM files, you'll see that it doesn't automatically auto scale on the first when it first loads, and it looks like you don't have any data here. If I do Control Shift and C to bring up my contrast, you can see that it's scaling it up to this full 16-bit range, whereas really we want to bring it down to round about where the 12-bit range is, which I believe this was acquired using. And so that's one thing about the Bioformats which makes life easy. It's sort of auto scaling for you, so you can see the data without having to adjust straight away. Okay, let me know if you have any questions on that, and we'll move on to something else.